Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our 4 o'clock broadcast. Tonight, we have our third boot camp session, communicating with folks. Those of you that have any questions, please type them in the chat window. So Debbie, we'll take a look at that conversation. Do you remember we had a session where somebody wanted to know, we're talking about salary, and we explained how there's no salary. You remember that one?
Yes. Was that me though? Oh, yes, it was. I know you're talking about, I have to go back and look and figure out the name.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, let me know, because that's it came up today with someone else, and it's such a brilliant, if I do say so myself, response. So if you could, look it up and let me know who it was.
Okay.
I want it, it's come up frequently, and it'll save everybody a lot of time. But yeah, it was definitely you.
Yeah, it was. I remember.
Okay.
So, okay.
All right. I appreciate it.
Mhm.
Okay, now, how to get 100 times more results. That's a big number. And the truth is that LinkedIn has given you all new features that are going to make that possible. See, at the end of the day, you need to be talking to people. So you all are reaching out to people, making connections, starting conversations. And if you've been on LinkedIn for any length of time, and you look to see how many people you're connected to, it would absolutely blow you away if you could go back and look and revisit some of the conversations that you've had that slipped through the cracks, and you're still connected to these people. You still have an opportunity to talk to these people. And so now they have a feature that's going to make it easy. And since I like easy, and all of you like easy, let's go for easy. Now, the feature I'm talking about is celebrations. Now, a lot of you still don't have the feature, but it's lying undercover. Tonight, we're going to show everybody how you can bring it up if they haven't given it to you yet. Talking to people is what this business is all about. You know enough about the other person. You know so much about the other person that there's absolutely no reason why you can be talking to 5, 8, 9, 10 people every day about your business and closing one. I thought I did that. So the thing is, people don't follow up. And that's why most people fail. They don't follow up. 48% of salespeople never follow up with prospects. It's almost half. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts and stop. Only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. Right there. We gave you the first message to reach out and connect with people. We gave you the second message. We even gave you a third message to start conversations. But after that, It's all about conversation. Sales statistics tell the story. The fortune is in the follow-up. 2% of sales are made on the first contact. 3% of sales are made on the second contact, and 5% of sales are made on the third contact. So that amounts to 10% of sales are made on the first, second, or third contact. But that's only 10%. Another 10% are made on the fourth contact. 80% of sales are made on the fifth to the 12th contact. Now let's define contact. Is a post a contact? Yes, it is. Is a comment or a like or a share a contact? Yes, it is. We went through a demonstration in our last session of boot camp, where from the initial connection with a phenomenal prospect in November until the person enrolled in the business was 8 months. 8 months. Most network marketers are too impatient. And what you're doing is you're planting seeds. But when we went back and we took a look at the actual time, the texting time back and forth, over 8 months, it was under an hour. Under an hour. The fortune is in the follow-up. Once you've identified somebody that you believe to be a good prospect, follow up. Every new connection is like a seed planted in your garden of prospects. You're reaching out to people, you send them a connection request, they accept you. Now you plant that seed in the ground, in your garden. Your texts, your posts, your daily activity nourish the relationship until you know they need and want what you're selling. And then you can bring up the business. So you'll never be rejected. When you go to the market, you can tell the difference between a ripe tomato and you can tell the difference between a green tomato that's not ripe. It only takes maybe 1 or 2 bad choices before you all learn the lesson. There's nothing to stop you. Now, one of my favorite Tony Robbins quote is, the past does not equal the future. It doesn't matter what your year has been like up to now. It doesn't matter. You got 4 months. You can still turn in tremendous results with the amount of time you have remaining this year. In fact, 2023 could be your best year yet. Especially if you're tuned into LinkedIn. Why? Because historically, September is the start of the best recruiting season of the year. And your business will not slow down during the holiday season in October, November, and December unless you do. And when I was building a network marketing business, I signed up 20 people in December, starting with the day after Christmas. So the last 3 months, I've been working on something new that generates more nonstop leads than ever before, that turn immediately into customers, distributors, and sales than you're going to believe. And it all starts with connections. Something that will instantaneously position you as a person of influence, that people will actually reach out to you, ask you about your business. So whether you're an old friend, a loyal student, a new student, or an eager entrepreneur that wants to take their business to the next level, this new information is going to give you an unfair advantage over your competition. Your upline is going to be calling you to find out what are you doing. This unfair advantage is like having a crystal ball when it comes to identifying perfect prospects for your business. Because you can pick out in advance, the people who would absolutely not only be interested in what you're doing, but they have the skills. They have the skills. They have the network. They have the experience. All right, so let's jump over. I'm going to jump out of my account. And we're going to take a look at someone she's talking to. Jewel Ann. Yes, I'm having a good week. How about you? Why do you ask about my work status? Julian, I found the best way to get to know somebody is to ask questions. You got an open to work frame around your picture. That's why I brought it up. Not a weird answer. Now, the question is, she's a health behavior change coach. God, LinkedIn is full of coaches. She's a certified brain trainer. So she was working with Noom, and last year in October, Noom let a whole bunch of people go. Health and nutrition coach. That's the answer. You have 2,900 connections. How many of these people are looking for an opportunity? 545. Almost 20%. Where did I find what?
Hey, Max.
Debbie? So
So she's got the 3 contract jobs and she's only going to keep one. Because she doesn't feel fulfilled. And she's done direct sales. That was like jewelry and stuff like that.
I'm really not interested in joining a company. You know, there's really potentially a great conversation to be had here.
Absolutely.
The question is, and it rests with you, is do we know enough about her that we want to invest the time to educate
Well,
her?
well, you and I have talked about her on and off. She's a fantastic you know, if she gets it and wants to do it, she's a fantastic prospect.
Mhm.
But it sounds like what you're saying is she's a fantastic. But do I think that she's open enough at this point? Is that what
Well-
you're saying?
Well, that's part of it. In other words,
Mhm.
she's working. She's got a job. She's got income coming in.
Right.
There's a big difference when somebody is engaged, is working, and maybe she could use some more money for sure. But it's
Well,
not.
she is looking for, because she has 3 sources of income contract, and
Mhm.
she's only going to keep one. So she does need to make more money.
And she says, I'm not really interested in joining a company.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, her thoughts along these lines are based on her experience
Right.
with the jewelry company and any other companies, you know, that she's worked with
Or knows about.
or knows about.
Right.
And so realistically, Michelle, I'm not surprised that, you know, you've heard of all of them. I wouldn't even be surprised if you know, participated in other ones. What does she want to do?
She never answered me. She doesn't feel well, hold on. I went back through and grab Michelle here. Okay. So she feels stuck again. She had told me at one point, like sales, customer service, training is what she'd like to do. She loved the classroom, but had to get out because of all the other stuff. She said at some point she wanted a business of her own.
So she really doesn't understand, and most people don't
Right.
understand what makes a successful network marketing business. You are starting, you're building a team, you're building an organization of people in conjunction with a particular company. And it's a good deal, it's a great company, lots of opportunities. But we're unique from everybody else in the company. The company, it's not about joining a company. It's about leveraging a company's products and opportunity, packaging it, and we're basically developing our own company. It's a company within a company. The company decided to make a change and we didn't like it, go someplace else. So All right. Now, basically, the reason we're having this conversation is, if I remember correctly, she doesn't feel fulfilled,
Right,
okay? And yet, you've asked her, what's it going to take
right.
to feel fulfilled? But she hasn't answered you,
Right.
okay? She hasn't answered you. So, you know, there's a difference when you're talking to people and you've already experienced it. You're talking to somebody, you're really having an in-depth conversation, and she tells you everything. You ask a question, in many cases, she gives you back more information than you really expected. And then you get people here that are interesting, but they're reserved. They don't answer your question. Everyone, you pick up a little more information. So on the prospect scale, probably maybe a 7.
I was gonna say 7.
A 7.
Mhm.
So with the 7s, we just keep dripping on them. Now, what's the name of the company?
Whatever you name it. It's your
Well,
business.
no, I understand that, but
No, I was just making a comment. Yeah,
right. Actually, you almost feel like saying, what is, I'd be happy. Michelle, I'm an open book here. Yes, I'm here to meet people, to leverage people, to help people. And every day I get to help change the lives of people, and that makes me feel really good. And during the course of our conversation, to learn more about you, I've asked you a number of questions that you didn't answer. So why should I answer yours? You don't want to do it, okay, obviously, but
right.
the bottom line is,
Yeah, I don't want to answer what company it is in this next.
oh, no.
Yeah.
If we were going to just take that little box and see what are we going to answer, considering all the things that you've done in the past, I'm not surprised that you've heard of most of the companies that are out there. I'm not surprised. And frankly, I know how you feel. Anytime you can use the feel, felt, found strategy.
And I really do know how she feels, because there was a period of time where I said no more.
Right.
Not doing it. Don't want to be with a company.
Right. It's not so. I know how you feel. The truth is, it really boils down to doing something that you love and how much will it pay for you to do something you love? You want to start a business, all right? A business with good, reliable products. You know, to do all that work to set up a business take you years, and you got all the hassles that come with building a business.
She wants to use like all her experience in education, which she could very much do in this.
Um, I'm so inclined
Mhm.
to, and she just went on her mobile. So I'm really not interested in joining a company. Don't respond. Don't answer her. Okay? And find a couple of good posts and start dripping on her.
I've been dripping on her. Any particular topic for the posts?
No, I know you have. I know you have. Yeah, if you're going to post something, you want to post things that resonate with her. So she doesn't quite feel fulfilled.
Right.
I
can search for that.
Well, you know, there are general, you know, sometimes when you're connected, you're connected to a lot of people. And sometimes you're going to see something that somebody posts that you really like.
Right.
All right. You don't necessarily have to share it. You could copy it and post it yourself.
Right.
So what you see out there is going to be another source of posts for her.
Mhm.
If you don't build your own dream, someone's going to hire you to help them build theirs. That's a good one.
Okay. In fact, I think I posted that recently.
Right. You know, it's called space repetition. Yeah, I mean, it's clearly she's not somebody that you're going to, you can count on possibly enrolling this month.
Right.
Okay, so she's one of those, we're dripping on her. We're learning more about her. And so now, what did she say when she posted that? Do you remember?
She said when she posted, she says, I'm doing like three contract jobs, and I'm don't like them. Let me see here. And it's okay to do some, to change your mind.
Okay.
I'm pulling it up.
And what was her remark when she posted that?
So I'm
Okay.
Okay, so okay. So when she posted that, she says, I'm learning this is my journey out of the classroom and into other opportunities. And then after that, she posted, my journey out of the classroom has been amazing and frustrating at the same time. I don't regret leaving the classroom. However, I feel like I'm stuck again. See yesterday's post. I'm on the hunt again for the right fit. I'm lucky enough to have employment and absolutely love my flexibility. I plan to stay with one of my contracts. I hope you know which one you are. However, life is too short to stay stuck. Feel free to contact me with opportunities.
All right. So okay. So, I'm really not interested in joining a company. Michelle, please understand that I'm not trying to convince you to join a company. All right. And I'm not surprised. And I'm sure you've heard of all of them. The question is, life is short. Life is short. Every day that we're not doing something that we really love is a lost day. When I originally started to talk to you, I was involved with another company. Okay, and I shared it with you. And, because that's what I do. I like people. And frankly, I like you. So when I run into somebody that is educated, that has the experience, and the talent and the skills to both educate people and help them be better. And then I find out that they're not happy. Now, you made a comment earlier that one day she'd like to have her own business, which is the only reason that I brought it up again. Because as much as I love that other company, the company that I'm with now has more of a universal appeal. But it's not about joining a company. It's about creating your own business inside a company. Michelle's team. Okay, Michelle's you have the opportunity to help to build a legitimate business. It's the easiest way to do it. You don't have to create the products or do anything else like that. You just have to build a team, train them, work with them, help them be all that they can be. And the thing is, you're not married to any company. You're building a team of entrepreneurs. So there are leaders in this industry who over the years have been in a number of companies. When something changed in the company, they went and brought their company, their teams to another company. Okay, you were selling jewelry. Well, and did she tell you why?
Why what?
What she liked about selling jewelry? Why'd she stop?
I don't know that yeah, I'm not sure if I asked that or not. I'd have to go back on our conversation, which
Yeah,
goes back
yeah,
a while.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this,
I like the track that you're on. I feel like I should respond to her at some point,
yes.
and
Well,
I
listen,
think this sounds like the track.
yeah, no.
Basically.
This is the track.
Right.
And you know, it's kind of like we're making soup, okay? And that's why I say that when we add up, now you may be talking to her for a year before she ends up joining you in your business. But when she
Right.
joins you in your business, it's going to be because you talk to her. You've taken the time to learn about them, like Catherine. You know, well, why do you want to know about my work? The best way to learn about somebody is to talk to them. Ask questions. That's how you learn about people.
I had to laugh too, because Catherine's person had a open to work ring around, and so of course people are going to ask.
Well, exactly. Well, you know, it's a two-way street. They could be open to work because they're looking for work, or they could be involved in a business and they're looking for people to hire them to do that kind of work. So,
Right, absolutely.
but see, along the way, you all have to make a decision. Who are you going to talk to? Who are you going to devote a little bit of your time to? And the sooner you can make the decision, no, not interested, nope, the better. Because there are plenty of other people that you could talk to. She's got the talent, she's got the experience, and the thing with her is she doesn't have, she's looking at network marketing through the eyes of her experience.
Right.
All right. And so with every post that you put up, everything that she sees you do is reinforcing in her mind who you are. Because remember, she is getting slammed
Right.
every day by people trying to sell her crap.
And it took me a long time for her to even respond and start a conversation.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, because then, oh, she's one of those people.
Right.
Okay, so now you've got her attention. You send her a message, she looks at it and she writes back right away. And we want to keep that going. And the best way to keep it, so yeah, we kind of, you know, I'm really interested in joining a company. Hey, when I meet somebody that has your potential, if you would, especially if you want to start a business, okay, you know, and pretty soon you know you're going to be saying the same things that I experienced, in that at least twice a week somebody that I'm working with comes back and tells me, man, I wish I would have met you 10 years ago. I wish I would have met you 5 years ago. My whole life would be different.
That's what I say.
Exactly. But Debbie, in no time at all, people are going to be telling you the same thing.
Right.
Everything that you've done up to now has given you experience and a better understanding of this industry that I would venture to say less than 0.5% of people in this business have the level of understanding about this business than you have. Because you've been through it all.
I have, and it's so crazy because I was always trying to find the answer, but nobody was telling you what really was going on until I met you, and then that just changed everything.
Right.
And I worked with some pretty big people,
Uh-huh.
and I've had some success. I've had some bombs, but I've had some success. But this is much different.
Yeah. You know, there's no and the thing that most people don't realize, and the thing, frankly, that prevents people from really pulling out the stops and really jumping in and doing this. And I thought about it, you know, when my divorce attorney handed me that distributor application. And man, I read enough contracts. I looked at it and I said, you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There's no, I mean, they can change the deal anytime they want. They can even terminate me. Where is my security? Who's to prevent them from me building something huge and then them taking it away? And in this business, it's happening.
It has. But you know what? We had a brick and mortar business and 5 manufacturing plants, tons of employees, and that went away too.
Right.
And so, you know, there is no security.
Well, there is. Okay.
Well, in knowledge and applying it.
Right. There is security. And nobody talks about this. I learned it by accident. Okay, I learned it by accident. And when I learned this, I built a team. I went from 400 people to 7,000 people in 18 months. 7,000 people. One of my students is up to 500,000. And the
Right.
power is if something changes. You know, one of my good friends is Paula Pritchard, who was the first woman, single woman in Amway to become a diamond. She was a school teacher. And then she built organizations of 250,000 people in 5 companies.
Oh, wow.
5 companies. You have to ask yourself, why 5? She was the top distributor in a chocolate company called Zokai. Who doesn't like chocolate? Eat all the chocolate you want and lose weight. Hell, sign me up. Okay. So she built this huge organization, and then one day, the owner of the company decides to Mickey Mouse around with the comp plan and screw all the distributors. Okay. So she said, no, no, thank you. She left, and she took 3/4 of the people with her to another company. That's your power. That's your power. You're building an organization. You are developing a leadership reputation. Now, to be perfectly honest with you, you know, when you think about it, I think one of the biggest problems with one of the biggest faults of network marketing is that they give you all the impression it's so easy.
Right.
You know, all you got to hand out these cards, you know, walk around. Hey, if I could show you a way to make $1,000 a week working part-time from home, would you be interested? One of the leaders that I worked with in a company built an organization of 150,000 people doing exactly that, handing out cards. It was embarrassing to be with. You know, we'd go out for lunch, and the guy that parked the car, handing him a little card. If you're interested in making an extra $500 a week, call me. He gave it to the maitre d', he gave it to the waitress, he gave it to the busboy. Okay. Could I see myself doing that? No, but he did it, and it got him a little business, but his business grew because for lots of different reasons. But then one day, the owners of the company came in and boom, changed the comp plan and cut his income down by 2/3. Not just his income, but 2/3 of the people in the company. So what did he do? He left. He found another company. He jumped into ours, and within 5 months, he was making more money in our company than he was making in the other one. And then when the company was sold to Prepaid Legal, something nobody saw, nobody expected, he had 2 choices. He could either, okay, let's stay with Prepaid Legal. Let's keep the team together. Let's keep going. Because we don't have to worry about the operations of the company. Your relationship with the company is they provide the products. They provide the mechanisms of delivery. They don't have to deal with the fulfillment side. That's being done for you. You have an opportunity to build an organization as large as you want. And people are just they're left with the misconception that it's easy.
Yeah.
Okay. And the thing for all of you that are watching this right now, I've got scripts that are flat out, drop dead, fantastic, amazing. They work. But it's not a matter of one script fits all. You have to have a brain. You have to concentrate. You have to analyze. Is what I'm saying specific to the person on the other end? In this business, you have to be a good listener. And if you're not a good listener, then you have to train yourself to be a good listener. Yeah, you train yourself to be better. They say that network marketing is all about personal development. You want to make a 6-figure income? You have to learn how to do things. Unfortunately, a lot of people in network marketing are being taught the wrong stuff that doesn't work, and everybody expects you Oh, just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. No, I'm not going to keep doing it. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, just keep doing it. Go for no. Go. Baloney.
And I've heard, well, top people and even owners of one company say, there's such a big turnover. You just, get the new person, get their new people right away, or, get them into their contacts because people are going to be leaving. So you always want to replace the churn.
You know,
And that's not a business,
well, I'm trying to,
not a good one.
one of the top earners in New Skin, her name was Kate Smith. In fact, I think I didn't delete her from my Facebook, but she passed away a long time ago.
Hmm.
When somebody new joined her business, she used to tell them, bring me a list of 100 people that you know, names, phone numbers, what they do, sharp people that have large circles of influence. And she wouldn't work with anybody until they brought the list. No lists, you don't get a nanosecond of Kate's time.
Hmm.
Okay, so you bring her the list, and then she'll take the list and she'll do some calls. She'll call up the people on the list. And the approach was, "Hey, my name is Kate Smith. I've just started working with Mary, and Mary tells me that, you're one of the sharpest people she knows. You're ambitious and everything, blah, 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 blah. And we're in the middle of launching a new project. And when I heard her tell me a little bit more about you, I felt that this might be something that you'd, be interested." Then she'd get them talking about themselves. She's flattering them to death.
Mhm.
And this is the power of a three-way call.
Right.
Now, so she'd do maybe 10 or 15 of them. And then she'd rely, okay, Mary, now you can call these people up yourself. But if, let's say Mary didn't, Mary decided, you know what, no, this isn't for me. So Mary leaves. Kate still has the list.
Right. Exactly.
She's got the list. So she can go down and again, she could use that if she was short of leads. Of course, on LinkedIn is loaded with people to talk to. So you all are learning a skill. You're learning a skill. Okay. And it's all about using it with the right people. The more selective you are about who you talk to, the more successful you're going to be, the more fun you're going to have. You have to turn this into, you have to look at the big picture. And so you run into somebody like Michelle, and all we know about Michelle is what we read, what we see. We have no idea who Michelle really, really is. You judge her by the response, by what she says. So what is ultimately going to happen is, again, we take the high road. Michelle, look, every day I meet people like you. Now, you got into this Mickey Mouse jewelry business. Okay. And if you really understood the nature of the industry, people get into this business because of the products. But if you really wanted to build a business, if you really wanted to help people build a business, it wouldn't be around a jewelry business. Why? Because people don't buy jewelry every month, unless maybe you're my wife. But she doesn't buy expensive stuff. But again, it's a model that works, and people are there are people that make a lot of money in those businesses, but man, they got to work hard. They got to go to parties, and then they work with the friends and the friends of years ago, Jan Rue, who was one of the big leaders in the company, wanted me to teach her daughter how to. I'm trying to think of the name of the company. It was something with kids. It was a party plan company. And her daughter was single. Her daughter didn't have any kids. So, but she could go on AOL and talk to parents that had kids. So it really gave her an opportunity to do that. And while she was doing that, she discovered that there were people on AOL with other things in mind, relationship, dating, and those other things. And she was more interested in doing that. But the bottom line for all of you is this: there are 900, by Thanksgiving, there's going to be 1 billion people on here. LinkedIn is going through a change. They're being inundated with bogus profiles before the end of the year. You're going to have to verify yourself. You're going to have to prove to them that you're real. And what's going to happen is their numbers are going to shrink. Their numbers are going to shrink. But it'll be quality over quantity. And as for you all, you've heard this so many times. Everybody's got a story. Network marketing is all about stories. You are all developing your own stories. Doesn't matter how many failures you have. You keep going. You're learning. But this is not, you can't take the scripts in that script book and just blindly copy them and just start blasting them out to people. No, you have to think. It's copy, edit, and paste. Everybody gets it. You get it eventually. But you'll end up building a team, a group of people that you just have to have the patience. You're planting seeds. And whoa, this went over a lot longer than I thought. Listen, tonight we'll be back at 9 o'clock. We've got a really a phenomenal class. Debbie, I'd really appreciate it if you could find that. I'm going to look for it too. If I find it first, I'll let you know.
No, I found it and I put it in the chat between you and I and the name of the person.
Oh, great. Wonderful. Wonderful. Because because it's a question that comes up, and it was a collaboration between you and me. We came up with a great answer. It was more me. It was more me than you initially, but you did contribute. So anyway, and by the way, and you're not going to hear me. You don't hear me say this very often, but if there's anybody here, okay, that's looking for a home and is looking for a sponsor, you need to check it. You need to check this lady out. Okay.
Well, thank you.
No, it's true. It's true. You need to check this lady out. So I will be back tonight for boot camp. And until next time, best of luck in building your business, folks, and God bless.
Thanks, Max.
Bye-bye. Thank you.